Just like me and you, just like me and you.
Hey, I'm gonna show you how to find the vertex today. Ain't that something to get up and dance about? Get up out of your chair. Oh my God. And I'm gonna be given one method. Oh no. I'm gonna be given two methods. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. I do promise that. All right. I think you should tell your friends, be like, hey, this dude Miller's given more than one method. They're gonna be like, what? He's given more than one method? Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh my God. Okay, here we are. So, method number one, I want to do two examples, so let's roll. Method number one is going to be use the equation, because Lord knows we got one when it comes to finding the vertex in a standard form equation. So, first, let's write the standard form, the super standard form. All right, so you can see what we're going to do with this structure is we're going to take A, which will always be the coefficient of the squared term. B is going to be the coefficient. The coefficient. The coefficient is the number in front of that variable. I do promise you that. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you about that. Wait, Mr. Miller, what would you lie to us about? I ain't gonna lie to you about nothing. How about that, huh? So we got B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant. So what you might do first is you might rewrite this and just kind of highlight the important values, which are going to be A, B, and C. All right? All right, so what we're looking at here, notice instead of writing -4, I just kept it as a plus because in the standard form, it's all addition. So I wrote plus -4. So now you can see that A, I gotta get my jacket on. A is 1, B is -4, and C is 9. But don't worry, because although I do like you, C, you are a good constant, we ain't gonna need C, because here's the equation. Beautiful. So it's the opposite of B, so it's minus, and I'll put B here in red. All right. Over 2 times A. There we go. Oh, Mr. Miller, what if I can't remember that equation? I say, damn. There are some things you got to remember. Well, I hope maybe your teacher gives you a sheet of notes. Maybe I'll give you a sheet of notes if you're in my class. I promise you that. I'll write that damn equation up on that whiteboard. Big letters. I don't think you really should need to remember it, but if your teacher thinks you should, then you should. It's kind of that simple, right? I'm not here to question your beautiful teacher. All right. So we have B is -4, so I wrote it. I like to substitute with parentheses, kind of my jam. I rarely substitute and don't use parentheses. All right, so there we go. Now all I got to do is evaluate it. So negative. A lot of times what you can see, there's this noise in my like childhood self. It's like, oh damn, is that the ice cream truck? But it's actually, I think it's a truck backing up, and they got that loud beep going. I see that a lot of times as the opposite of B. So if B is -4, a lot of times if I'm going quick, I'm just going to write +4, because that's the opposite of -4. Or you could do a negative times a negative is positive. All right, so that's over 2, which is 2. Beautiful. So that's where the vertex is going to be located, but it's not the value. The value is what the y equals. We got to know, what does y equal when x is 2? So really what we've done is we found the axis of symmetry. Like we found the line that we know the vertex is located on. We know it's there. We do. We just don't know where is it. I don't know. Is it up there? Is it down there? Hey, the only way to find out is to use replacement. So I'm going to replace x with the number 2. And just for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to switch this to blue so it stands out a little bit more. And let's do it. All right, so you can see wherever there was an x, I now replaced it with the number 2. I just went with a minus sign instead of doing plus negative. So we've got this is 4. And I recommend show all your steps here because this is where I make mistakes. A lot of people make mistakes right here. Okay, so 4 minus 8 is negative 4. And then negative 4 plus 9 is 0, 5, right? So this is going to be 5. And so the vertex is going to be located at 2, 5, which I'll put in blue here, okay? 2, 5. Huh. It is beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh. The other thing is it a min or a max? Okay, so I would just use structure on this. If A is positive, so if A is greater than 0, then it's going to be a minimum point. So it's going to be a parabola that looks like this, that notion there, okay? So 2, 5, and it's a it's a minimum because A is greater than 0 or because A is positive. All right. Let's look at method number 2 before we hit the books on this. Another really cool method, really beautiful method. And I think it's a method that brings a little bit more intuition about this shape. So, if you dig the equation, stick with me, all right? Stick with me. You might dig this more. Let's watch. So what I'm going to do is rewrite it. Okay, so to do this, what you'll do, this is really cool. I'm kind of stoked that you're seeing this, is you're going to factor by the greatest common factor the first 2 terms. A lot of times it's just factoring out an x. Okay, there you go. Gorgeous. All right, so, but watch what's happened here. Remember, if you can solve by factoring, this is going to make even more sense to you, but think about this red rectangle and the values of x that make it 0. The values of x that make that 0. Like for instance, when x is equal to 0, the red rectangle is 0, and so y equals 9. So when x equals 0, if we go say up to 9, that's what y equals. Okay? Now remember, we got to act like we don't know this. We don't know the answer. Let's erase the answer. We don't know where it is. Now, look to here. When x equals 4, you get 0 times 4, which is 0. So x equals 4 also is when y equals 9. And so anytime, if you can get 2 points that are on a horizontal line, you know that the vertex has to be in the middle. The vertex has to be in the middle because of the beautiful symmetry of the shape, because these are the same. And so what you do is you say, oh, okay, well, if y equals 9 when x equals 0, and y equals 9 when x equals 4, then x equals 2 has got to be where the vertex is located. It has to split the middle of those 2 points. And once you know that, you just go back to this step. You always got to do this step here too. So this is just another way of figuring out what value of x is in the middle. And then once you've got x equals 2, which maybe I'll rock that in blue. you plug it back in, and then you've got it. So we know now 2, 5. I don't know why that's not a negative sign, it's these dots. 2, 5, and you get a parabola that looks like that. All right. Hey, I'm good. If you're good, I'm good. If you're good, I'm good. All right. I hope this made sense to you. I do. I'm going to move on. Definitely look at those. Look this over. Remember, be silly, be honest, and always trust your cape.